seconds to look over it. Can we have someone read over the objective?
Yeah, it was really fun. Home with my family.
Sierra?
To establish community agreements and classroom guidelines for the year.
Sure.
Okay,
My favorite
you?
memory was backpacking around this year.
Would you like to read 1 to 5?
What about you, Mom?
1, introduction. 2, icebreaker. 3, community agreements. 4, classroom guidelines. 5, assignment.
So first we're going to introduce ourselves just so we could get to know each other a little bit more. And the questions will be,
Okay, so now let me guys.
1, you will have to give me your name or give each other our names. And then 2, a future goal that you have. And then 3, what's your expectation and how do you plan on reaching it this year for Y Scholars? You want to go first?
Can you repeat the questions again?
Okay, so we're going to practice listening with our ears. At first, it's 1, your name, 2, your future goal, and 3, an expectation. How do you plan on reaching it this year for Y Scholars?
My name's Audi, and goal, want to do well in school.
And okay, so Mingo.
What about your expectation for Y Scholar?
What does that mean?
Okay, so I'm gonna explain.
Like, is there something you want to get out of Y Scholars? Like you want to do well in school. How are you going to do that?
Let's try to make it where
You
we
can help
the
me.
whole.
I'm going to help you. How do you expect me to help you?
You're my counselor.
I'm a counselor. What do you want to get out of our helping?
If any of these,
You can help me with my studies.
So,
Okay.
like,
What about you?
instrument, you just don't say like, oh,
My name is Veronica.
My expectations for Y Scholars is to have fun.
And
What was the third question?
Third question is that how are you going to plan to have fun?
5 minutes.
By going to the events.
These socials?
So go.
My name is Sierra, and my future goal is to go to Harvard. And my expectation and how I plan to reach it is to get a 4.0 so we get a lot of time.
Good. Okay, so can someone tell me what's the next activity? How about Audi? Look at the schedule. What's that next item?
Icebreaker.
Icebreaker. Okay, so we're going to get in a little circle and let me introduce this. This is Mr. Monkey. And how we're going to play this icebreaker. Let's get in the circle first. How about that?
Are you in the circle yet?
I'll be in the circle too. Right here. We have a lot of space. So this is Mr. Monkey. Okay, so Mr. Monkey has a broken ear, so we have to practice not really like bam. But we're gonna toss it to each other. There are 4 items on the back of his head. Each time before we throw it, we're gonna just I'm gonna yell Veronica, and I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna throw it at you gently, and then you're gonna answer that question or whatever that item is. So it's gonna be kind of like we're gonna be like a little bit bigger, and we're gonna really be attentive and listen to each other. And I'm gonna start. Audi, how did you feel about your Y Scholars interview? To get into the program? How did you feel about it?
Veronica, can you name one superpower you like to have?
I would like to be able to move things with my mind because
feel about your white scholars in India?
So we have 1 more minute. Do you have anybody that's not ready?
I don't remember.
No. No, we better use it.
Oh, that's it. Actually, that's it. Last person. Okay, we're gonna get back to C. Thank you. We'll say bye to Mr. Monkey. Okay. Sierra, can you read the third item on our agenda?
Community agreements.
Right. So for community agreements today, we're gonna. First of all, what does community agreements mean? Can someone tell me?
Things that we agree on as a community.
Right. So, for example, what are something we could agree on? Audi? Anything. Just any community could agree on something. What is something?
Respect each other.
Respect each other, right. In any community, that's a rule that it could apply to any community to respect each other, right? So part of respecting each other, we want to learn how to give each other space to make rules and then feedback. So what today we're going to do is that we're all going to have small index cards and we're going to write some rules. 3 rules. Each person will write 3 rules that they think that a community should agree on and they are very passionate about and they think these rules would be applying to a classroom. Veronica?
What if we don't agree on them?
Exactly. That's when we're going to advocate for ourselves and we'll say, oh, I think this rule because, and then, let's say Sierra said, I don't really like that rule, but I think we could do a little bit changes, and she could say like, let's do this rule instead. And how we're going to do that, every time we think of a rule, we're going to put it on this paper. It's kind of like a little relay. We're going to think of one, we'll come back up, and then we go back to our seats and we think of one, so we're really prepared to write down our rules. We'll find a good surface. Let's just put it on the table. We're going to write them down. And we have
So maybe you guys didn't know
a good 5 minutes to think about our rules.
Maybe now that you guys know you both like fall or you both have like a.
As soon as we are ready, we're going to put them all down.
Maybe now you can relate to that person more and then be like, oh no, I'm gonna approach that person because we have something in common. So yeah, that's the whole point of building a community. And so that's one of our main focuses in doing this program. And so another question I have for you guys is, how do you think this can apply to the outside community? So like what we just did and then what we have learned about the community, how can this apply to the outside, like the bigger perspective, like when you step out of this room? Do you want to give it a try, Jessica? How can like what you have learned about the community, what you think the community should be like, how does that apply? Or just even like doing the bingo, how does that apply outside of this classroom?
I think it's important for the community as part of the community, so like when you're family, right, and just building trust with like philosophy.
True, because that's like, I mean, I don't know what your guys' goals for the future is, but I mean, if you're trying to go to
Are you guys good? You want to start writing them down?
whatever the issue
You guys
is,
have anything on paper? Thoughts?
That's what you use like forever. Like you don't even want to be better, right? Like,
How do you have something?
Yeah.
All right, let's start putting them on the paper. You want to come first?
Just write it on there?
Yeah, just write it on there.
All of us, since we are going to be spending a lot of time together, I want to
all of
feel
them?
comfortable and like
Right.
be able to like speak up and be yourself and not feel like anybody's going to judge you or this is going to come out of here. Like this is like a safe place. Like I remember I didn't have that safe place when I was growing up and I was your guys' age, so I really want to.
Can you do me a favor and number them?
Like I really want to open up and just be your guard down, make friends, build a community, be happy, it all works out. And okay, so then
Veronica, are you ready?
question. Why are we here? Erica, you want to share with them why you're here?
And so after we write them down, we're each going to have a little moment where we're able to say, why do we think that should be a community agreement? And if you're not agreeing, you could raise your hand, and then I'll say, okay, Sierra, how come you don't agree? And then we're gonna have a small debate, and you're gonna maybe suggest something else, like, let's say, I don't agree on being respectful, and you say, why don't you agree on being respectful, and what alternative rule you could put out there? And then you also have a chance to say, well, I think it is good because, and I want that rule because, and then at the end, we will have a majority of whoever rules that have the most, and then that rule will pass. And keep in mind that if it's unreasonable, I am able to veto that rule. So I make the ultimate ruling. So don't gang up on me. Don't go in your little corner and say, hey, we're gonna all do that.
What if someone already put a rule here?
Exactly. That shows that we're a team. Shows that we have same ideas and we could agree on them. So we're not always gonna disagree on each other. So it's good that we have the same rules and you could both advocate for it. So do you want to start first while Sierra finishes her last rule?
What do you want to start?
We're gonna talk about our rules, remember?
Okay. So I
And,
said be respectful, share snacks, and don't be late.
And why do you think those rules should apply to our classroom?
Because you should be respectful, and we should share snacks. And we shouldn't
But
be late.
why? But why? But we're gonna practice not repeating our rules and actually explain why behind
Okay.
it.
We should be respectful to each other so that we are nicer to each other. We should share snacks so that we don't go hungry. And we shouldn't be late so that we can start on time.
Okay. So does everyone agree with one, be respectful?
Yeah, that sounds good.
What's something positive about it?
You name it. Oh, okay, so,
I
one
like
is
being nice to each other.
two, it doesn't help you
Okay.
concentrate.
Veronica, do you think there could be anything negative about being respectful to each other?
I want to have a lot of
No?
one-on-one contact.
Can you think of anything that could
Okay?
make each other not be respectful, Audi?
Anything that makes each other not respectful?
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean?
Like, are there incidents where we might accidentally not be respectful to each other?
Like you're having a bad day?
Right? So, what happens if you're having a bad day?
Just in a bad mood.
Okay, so how can you avoid not bringing it into a classroom?
How would you guys like it?
Not show up.
No, we do have to show up.
But I don't want to not be respectful to other people, so.
You could show up, but maybe you could.
Any concerns or questions?
Maybe you could. How do you feel that sentence?
And then,
Anybody want to help them out? How can we be respectful and come to class, but not be negative to others if we're having a bad day? Yeah.
Maybe just like focus on class and don't worry about your bad day, try to get over it.
Right. So what if I totally just spawned my test and I got an F? How should I react? And do I still come to class? Do I still come to class, Audi? I could, right. It's up to me, right? So, should I come to class? You guys think I should? It's up to me, but ultimately I should, right? Okay, so next rule. Share snacks. Everybody agree? What's something positive about sharing snacks?
Oh yeah. So that applies both ways.
We won't be hungry after school.
What?
We won't be hungry after school.
After school? Sierra?
Oh, I was gonna say, snacks are good.
Snacks are good. Okay. Okay.
Everybody agree with that?
Veronica, do you have anything negative to say about sharing snacks?
I think the biggest one for
have
make this work.
What if you have no sex?
or it's only
Right,
for you?
and it's only for you.
So
Right, so what if Audi, you only have one granola bar? How are you gonna share with everyone?
What time works for you guys?
What if we have like 10 people and your granola bar is like this long?
You can all take a bite.
I'll take a bite. Okay, well, that could still be debatable. We could talk about it later, but there could be problems that go along with this one. So what I'm gonna do?
Like, what if you're not rich? Like, some of us are on a budget and we can't
Sure,
afford
right?
snacks for everybody.
We have to reach.
What if my mom packed that lunch special for me?
Right. So not everybody want to share, and not everybody are able to share, even though when they want to. So we'll debate on this one. I'm gonna put a star next to it. Audi looks disappointed, but it's okay because there are time to redeem yourself. You want to
Put the star
redeem
in the wrong
yourself?
one.
Another one?
No, so you put the star in the wrong one.
Yeah,
Oh,
alright.
sorry.
So then, what about
Thank you for pointing out. Audi, your next one.
Don't be late.
Don't be late. Positive things.
And sometimes I work out slightly over, or like, if it goes slightly over, I don't have
You're not late.
Okay, but
So I think like.
what's good about not being late?
Get your leave on time.
True. We wanna.
Yeah, people are here on time and they don't have to wait around for the like.
Right. If Veronica is already here at 3:40, and Audi, you come in late, you think it's fair for her?
How, I don't know, I don't see how that affects. I don't see how my lateness affects.
Well, Sierra just said that it might be disruptive.
I'll come in quietly.
Okay, but what's something that if we agree on to be on time and we'll go out late and we'll leave on time, so if you're late, then am I supposed to let you stay extra 5 minutes late? Is that fair as well? What do you think?
3:43.
Should I keep you in?
Yeah.
And you could just watch me do something? But what if I want to leave on time too? Do you just stay in the classroom by yourself? Or should you just practice coming in on time? I mean, see, we have 10 minutes break before we come in. Do you think we're all able to be on time actually? Do you think we're all able to? We could make an effort to all come in, be on time, and you could leave on time. You could go off and go to tutoring or meet your counselor, like me. And then social or whatever. Do we agree on that?
Well, that's
Yeah.
really nice.
Okay, so who put don't hate? Veronica, can you
We're
explain?
already going on here, alright. So,
Don't hate.
okay, so
What's positive about that?
What do you mean by hate?
Works for me. Is everybody okay with that? Okay, so remember, 3:46 is not on time.
Like make other people
And then so
feel
then where do you
bad
meet at? Or
like just I don't know.
Okay, so then I expect for.
Audi, do you think that sounds like something you said?
Be a hater.
Yeah, it should be.
Just because we have so many things.
But then haters
I
can
know. You guys, this is you
But
guys' time.
what is a rule that you put on there that really sounds
You're
similar?
coming here engaged.
Shares.
Should be pretty.
Be respectful.
We didn't have
Right. Sierra, do you agree that they're kind of the same?
Alright,
pretty
so
close to what she was saying,
now we
yeah.
have to come up with
So,
more.
do you think we can link these two together?
Each other for
Do you think-
that you guys
Can we come up with
the ones that I feel like
something
have.
that, should we just use this name or this name or come up with a new name? With these two.
You guys can go ahead and pair up, so Carla and Erica.
Just be respectful.
Come up with a couple more.
Okay, next one, Veronica.
Necessary, so, and then keep in mind that we are.
By the way, anybody disagree?
So something that's gonna make the community flow and be in sync and then just have a good time.
Be on time and
You
be
guys
present.
have 4
Be on
minutes.
time and be present.
Go ahead.
Do you guys have anything to say disagree on for this one?
What do you mean be present?
Like
Like obviously we're
like
gonna
come
be
to
here.
class. Oh, well, I mean they might come to class. But like also like it goes to my other one about like no sleeping. Like kind of like have energy.
So basically, be a part of the class. We want to know that we're all here for each other and we're actually listening to each other and we're participating, right? So we're not like dozing off.
Yeah.
What is that? We're not doing things like that, right? So if you say that it goes with your no sleeping, can we link that together? Okay. I feel like this also seems like something on here. What do you think?
Times like the same as don't be late.
Right. So somehow these three somehow correlate. Can we think of something that we could?
What is correlate?
Correlate means that they all have something in common and they match each other, fit each other somehow. So what is something? How about you, Audi? What do you think? Do you think they like have something in common? Don't be late, be on time, and be present, and no sleeping. You look confused.
What do you want me to do?
So do you think they have something in common? Do you agree on that? Sure. Since you sound you're not very stable.
Okay.
So
I'm not very stable. You
What's
hate on me now? I thought we
Cecilia,
agreed
don't
on that.
hate.
we're not. So do you not agree that this is you don't sound very sure. That's what I'm trying to
I
say.
don't know what you want me to do.
Because we're trying to agree that these are somehow similar, right? These rules. Don't be late, don't hate, be on time and be present. Oh, sorry. Don't be late, no sleeping, and be on time and be present. Do you agree that they're somewhat similar?
Sure.
Yeah?
Agreements that work within
Okay, so let's do we all agree?
what works for you guys and how that makes you feel, and we all agree that to this space.
Okay, so passes. Did you have something on here?
No person.
No cursing. It looks like you and Veronica have a lot of similar ideas. Can you tell which one it goes to?
What? Cursing?
No cursing. Which one does that match you to?
Don't hate and be respectful.
Right. So what do we do now? Now that they're similar.
Alright, so
You draw a line.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
Connect them together.
Right. So they have a connection. No cursing goes with what? Sierra?
Be respectful.
Be respectful. And no hating. Okay. So number 8. Who put on number 8?
No hitting others.
No hitting others. Like physically?
Yeah.
Okay.
Emotionally.
Okay. So keep our hands to ourselves,
you might think it's not
right? We don't go over and like, what if we disagree on something? We don't like. I don't like you, and we're gonna hit you, right? We don't do that.
Does everybody agree on that? Are we on the same page?
Do we agree on that?
God, I hope so.
What else?
Can you agree?
agree?
You're not sure?
What
So
if
you're
that
gonna-
person's really annoying?
That
I
person's
think
really
we should
annoying.
be able to slap them.
What? Be able to slap them?
You know, like if Sarah was bothering everybody in the group, shouldn't we get to slap her too? I don't know.
We get to slap him when he says stuff like
Yeah,
that.
there you go. Veronica and I don't think that.
Can we really do that?
Just saying.
I thought-
mean,
I thought you put on this rule.
I know. Jeez.
I was so
Hypocrite
annoying.
now,
You
see.
can otherwise.
Well, if we hit each other, let's say Audi doesn't like something that Veronica says and he shoves his arm. Do you think Veronica do you think you would like that?
No.
How do you think Veronica feel? Do you think she'll feel like
Yeah, she won't.
she won't feel good? And she might even if Veronica wasn't having a good day, she might want to do something back to him. We don't want to have fights in the room, right? Because you wouldn't feel good, she wouldn't feel good, and I wouldn't feel good. Sierra wouldn't feel good. Nobody would feel good. Someone's gonna be on the floor. We don't want that, right? Because we're not custodians. We're not cleaning for them. Unless Audi, do you want to be on the floor and clean for them? No, right? Okay. So do we agree on no hitting others? How about keep our arms to ourselves? How about that? Maybe once in a while, if someone have a good idea, like Sierra says something and you feel like Sierra really did a good job, like, hey Sierra, you did a good job. And I'd be like, Sierra, you didn't do a good job. You can't do that, right? No. So only you did a good job, but no, you didn't do a good job. No. No. So this, no. Okay. Can I move on?
Yeah.
Okay. Sierra, what's your rules? What are your rules?
No interrupting each other.
Okay. So that sounds like being respectful, right? It sounds like being respectful. We let each other talk. What's the next one? Do we agree on that? Do we agree that we don't want to be interrupted when we're talking and we don't want to interrupt others? How about next one?
Don't gossip about each other.
That also falls. Look, Audi, you're being the house of all these rules, right?
I'm the smartest.
How about you? You're being a good house contributor for our little attendants. Okay, so that fits. And what's the next one? Do we agree on that, by the way? Back to being respectful. Are we agree? And last one?
Don't talk too much, but do participate.
Don't talk too much, but participate. Sounds good. Do you agree?
Yeah, I wrote it.
Do you all agree?
Bring like what other people say from group outside.
So,
Like,
do you agree that
What about people who don't talk at all?
right?
Right,
We want to make sure that
So what could we say? That everyone should. What should we do about that? Everyone should say something.
that if we start doing that,
Well, you got nothing to say. You got nothing to say.
Right, choice is gonna be broken.
Well, you don't have anything to say. You could get some ideas from our peers.
So,
Sierra?
I was gonna say you have to participate once a day, but I was like falling asleep over there. He's breaking all the snaps of your own.
you wanna go ahead and write?
Are you falling asleep?
No,
No, he doesn't look
Stacy.
thinking. Are you in the thought process? Okay, so do we agree on that though?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay, so everybody looks a little tired. Before we move on, I'm gonna do a little shaking. Ali looks like he's good at that. I saw him dancing on his own when we were playing monkey. So let's all get up, let's all get up, let's all get up. No. Are you gonna lead us? Lead us? Shake our hands. Are we good? Don't we have one last? Is that what you follow on?
Wait, I'm following you.
Oh, you're following guys.
Yeah, that's what you were doing.
Alright, we're good. Let's move on now. Last item. Veronica, can you tell me what's the last item? Where to go?
Classroom guidelines?
Classroom guidelines. So, usually after children makes rule, what does teacher do?
Okay, so do we have any more?
Teacher makes rules. So now I'm going to give you my rules. So these are the classroom guidelines. Can you all see? Can you all see? I know that some of you guys are returners, like Sierra. So, how? Do you remember what class is? What is class?
It's like 5 things that we should do to be a good white scholar.
Okay, so it's like something white scholars should should kind of meet, right? Characteristics that we should all build on. So I came up with some rules, and we're gonna go around and we're gonna say why we think it should fit that rule. I'm gonna go first. Commitment: leave the outside. Dress code and drug policy. I think that dress code, we should all come dressing appropriately, right? Do you agree? If I have like a shirt that have gang violence on there, can you guys pay attention, or are you just gonna read my shirt? It's gonna be disruptive, right? And then back to, we wanna be respectful, so we don't wanna be disrupting each other. And drug policy. Veronica?
What if that's like fashion? Like,
That's why I think that we should keep a pair of clothes, right? When we come into the classroom, we have our little classroom guidelines and we should follow it. Let's say maybe that day was really hot and maybe crop top is the fashion, but But if you come in like that, maybe someone will be like, oh, like if you have a belly piercing, it'll be disruptive, and we're gonna start talking about belly piercings. And we don't want to show half our butt, right? We don't want to. We just want to.
What show the whole of it.
Do you want others to look?
Yeah, I know.
How do you feel about that?
Like my teachers don't say anything.
Okay, but it's a big classroom. So that's why in our little small classroom, we're gonna make our own guidelines and we're gonna be respectful to each other and try to
And we.
leave the outside means that. What does that mean? So if that's how we are outside, then we're gonna leave it outside. We're not gonna bring it to the classroom, right? Same with drug policy.
Okay, so we
Right?
can't talk. It's just you guys are gonna line up according to whatever.
Should we bring drugs to the classroom?
And you guys can only use.
We should. So what happens if we bring
Only
drugs
for
to the
brain
classroom?
You guys,
Who's sharing drugs?
you guys gonna align yourself.
Do you think we should get? What happens if we're all high? We're not gonna be able to focus. It's gonna be disruptive, and someone outside,
Class would be more exciting.
huh? Class will
It'll be
be
a lot
more
more fun.
exciting.
But you guys.
No, no. So you should come
So, have you
in.
ever?
Huh?
Have you ever?
Alphabetical order. So eight, so
I'm not gonna answer that question, okay? Audi, we should be more respectful now, okay? So do you guys agree?
Sure,
Sure.
sure.
We're not so sure. We don't sound so sure. Why are we not sure?
So what's the drug policy?
We should leave the outside, so we shouldn't come
So
in.
we
I don't want.
outside the door.
You're checking at the door.
You want
We
me
need
to-
like a drug tubby.
No. Meaning, we don't want to carry drugs in here. We don't want to smell like drugs. We don't want to look like we have drugs. Our eyes shouldn't be red. And if any of these cases happen, then we're gonna have to have a little warning, and I have to talk to you, okay? And we don't want to be disrespectful that has to happen. So, Addie, can you read the next?
Leadership. Improve yourself, others, and the community.
And the bullets after that?
Language, step up, step down, respect others when they are talking.
How do you feel about these rules? Do you think it fits in? How do you think it fits in?
Yeah.
Yeah? Why? Do you think they kind of follow with what you're doing? I mean, well, what you put on the...
Yeah.
How?
Well, respect from there.
Okay. So what does step up, step down mean?
December 4th.
Something that is on the paper? Sierra?
It's pretty close to the one I put, where I said like, what did I say? Don't talk too much, could be like step down, but do participate could be like step up.
Okay. So do we agree on these? What about language? Veronica, does that sound like no cursing to you? Okay. So these
But
all
do you
fall.
mean, like the language people use, like what is
No,
most
meaning we should watch our language. We should keep it safe environment. We shouldn't be throwing out
Yeah.
language that we shouldn't be, right? And I'm talking right now, so what does go back to? Respectful, right? So when I'm talking,
Sorry.
same as when Audi you're talking, Veronica, Sierra, I will let you have your moment. Next one.
So we have.
Veronica?
Yeah.
We all agree on these first, yeah? Veronica?
So neutrality, no evil.
Okay, there's
Read
a
back from
press
classes
for the
first
other one.
semester.
Could we do?
So I want to say that
I don't know. What's another?
if you have anything, if you don't agree, you can talk to me after class. But it's not if you can, it's if you will. So no chatting goes back to if I'm lecturing or I'm giving you group time, you could chat. But if not, then we don't want to like say things that doesn't involve with the class, right? And no eating. I know you guys said share food, but maybe if you want to eat, you can use it 10 minutes before coming to class. And 3 bathroom classes per semester. It's actually a lot, right? You have 3. Yeah, you have 3 throughout the whole semester, but you have 10 minutes before you come to class. You could go to the bathroom and have your small little granola bar before coming in. You guys agree? You guys have anything?
Bathroom passes. How long are the bathroom passes?
Bathroom passes, if you only use 3, So, and each one is around like, let's say 2 to 4 minutes. You should be done.
Oh, what if that granola bar didn't sit right though? Like, you gotta, so what if that granola bar didn't sit right and you gotta spend more than 2 or 3 minutes on it?
That's why you have 10 minutes before class starts. Okay. But we want to agree that we're all gonna respect these rules. If you guys have any problems, you could discuss about it. You could give me an email. You could talk to me after class, and you will have to advocate for me. Why do you think these rules should apply? And again, these are rules that I'm setting for you guys. These are my expectations that I believe you guys should all follow. So keep in mind, read through these. Next one, Sierra, do y'all agree? So yeah, if you don't, then you could feel free to talk to me after class. Self-discipline, Sierra, you want to go talk about this?
Don't wait for tomorrow, take action today. Deadline, weekly progress report.
Okay. Notice that deadline is bolded. So if I say a week from now means a week from now, 2 weeks means 2 weeks from now it's due, right? So if we don't turn it in, then we have to get marked, and we have sufficient time, we have everything, we have tutoring, everything, counselors get our work done, and activities. So weekly progress, I'll talk about it. I'll spend the last 2-3 minutes and talk about it later. Passion. You want to talk about it, Abby?
Failure is an opportunity to learn and improve. No electronics, and when giving feedback, compliment sandwich.
Okay. So can you explain, how do you think these relate to some of the ones on the paper? Being respectful, do you think so?
Sure.
Being
Yeah.
respectful, right? When giving feedback, compliment sandwich. Have you heard of that before? Anybody? Sierra?
When you have to say like something nice,
Uh-huh.
and then you can say like whatever mean thing you want, and you can say something nice.
What's the second one?
You can say like a mean something, right?
No, it's not like a mean something. It's like something you think they could improve on, right? Something they could improve on. So it's something that you think they're not doing so well on. You could say that, and then you say, Veronica?
But isn't that like kind of like being fake? Like,
No, it's not, because you have some, maybe you're like, oh, I like your presentation because I like the pictures on there. But I don't like it because it was 30 minutes long. But
then they didn't like it.
no, because there are positive and good things about something, right? Like maybe, like a shoe. There's good and bad things about a shoe, and ultimately you decide if it's more or bad, and you could buy or not buy it, right? So how about no electronics? What about no electronics? Sierra, what do you think about no electronics?
15, 14, 13, 12.
No, I like that, because then like if someone's on their phone or like listening to MP3 or something,
5, 4,
I can't really
3,
like it.
2,
And it'd be distracting.
Right.
Okay, so rotate.
Okay,
Jessica.
so do we agree on these 2 rules? Yeah?
15, 14,
Okay, we always have to
13,
use the
12,
compliment sandwich.
10.
Excuse me?
We always have to use the compliment sandwich.
Well, we're gonna try to apply it to the classroom as much as we can. So we're not, go with no hating, right? You don't want someone to keep saying like, oh, I don't like this, I don't like this. But we just want something good and something to improve on. So we don't feel like we're just not doing it right. Okay. Okay, so we agree on that?
6, 5.
Okay, so we roughly have a little bit time left, and let's tell you guys about the progress reports. Okay, so
15, 14,
pass this down.
13, 12, 11.
So what these progress reports, they're due weekly as such weekly progress reports. So I want to keep track on you guys and want you all to know how are you doing. And I don't want you to, I don't know why I'm having a B. And we're going to track back weekly progress report. We're going to know why. So we have a week to give it to our 1 to 6 if you have a 7th period. Give it to your teachers, and then we're going to write the subject, and we're going to have them write the rest. And I want a teacher's signature to prove that they actually put the comments and your letter grade in absence or tardies, and have zeros if you're a really good student. But anyways, so on the top your name, put your name and the week of, and don't tell me, oh, I'm losing it, because there are a while tools right here. We're gonna keep it in our little binders, and we're gonna keep it in there before you hand it to me, until the day you hand it to me, which is a week from now. Today is a Wednesday, so next Wednesday I want them back. I'm gonna do it each week. Each week we're gonna have a new one.
Why do we need to do this?
Good. And
So in case, Veronica, you're getting A's in all your classes, and suddenly you're getting a B, so you're checked back. Oh,
What
why?
if I have all A's?
All A's, then that's good. We're gonna keep track, and then if one day something happens, like if you're having a lot of absence in class, I would know that why, and we could talk about it. And I read through your comments and see how our teacher is thinking about you in the class in general, overall, things you improve on, and things you're really good on. I want to be able to track how are you doing in class.
We don't want to do this.
But this is a part of our agreement. And it's not something to harm you, right? I just want to know how you guys are doing in class. I'm not going to come back and like, look, Veronica, you've been getting A's and now it's B. B is not an A. I don't want it. I'm not going to do that. We're going to work on it and we're going to see. Like, Audi, you want me to work on your grades with you, right? So if usually you're getting B's and suddenly you're getting A's, I know that you're improving, but if you went from a B to a C, then obviously there's something went wrong. I could go back here and check for each week and each week what is something that's missing. Example, the comments will show grade, and if suddenly your tardy is like 5 times a week and your absence like 10 times a week, then I know, right? So do we all agree on doing this? We're gonna have it done by when? Sierra?
I'm sorry, I missed that part.
So do we all agree on this, and when should we do
like,
it?
I can't remember. For next week, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Do you all agree on it?
What day next
Um,
week?
What if we don't agree?
Do we agree? Do you agree, Addie? Do you agree, Veronica? If you have, by the way, if you have anything, we can talk about it after class. Remember that. You can. If there's something any of these rules that you think it's totally unreasonable, you can't do this every week. Something that you just don't want to do, you talk to me after class and we will talk about it. Other than that, do we have anything? Did you guys look over it? Yeah?
Yeah, that's a good one. So A, we have asset, attitude, act, and attendance.
Alright, so that's the end of the class. We're on time, so keep in your binders. So by next week, still in your binder, you can give it to me.
Thank you.
Alright, see you guys next Wednesday.
Alright, thanks, Drew.